Hello readers! This weekend is BookNet Fest and I wanted to make sure that I had something to give out to people that I met and talked to, and so I ended up making promotional bookmarks. I also thought it might be a good idea to make a video for people who have thought about making bookmarks for themselves but aren't actually sure exactly how to do it. Just keep in mind that I'm walking you through this after the fact and that it's not actually a tutorial but more of a basic walkthrough. Alright, let's do this. So the site that I'm going to be ordering the bookmarks from is overnightprints.com. This is a website that I actually use to print my business cards, and they offer a lot of other things like booklets and note cards and postcards, and I believe I've even ordered my wedding thank you cards from here because I have those custom made. It looks like they've even recently added wrapping paper and address labels and a few other things. Even like notepads and self-inking stamps are some of the things that they can do here. But one of the reasons that I really like Overnight Prints is because I've found them to be pretty affordable, the quality is really good, and they print really quickly. Since we already know that we're going to be printing bookmarks, that's where we're going to go. And if you've never done this before and you don't have your art all put together, you're going to want to make sure that you have, and I forget where it is, that you have the start files. And what the start files provide are kind of like a template for you to work with, so you know where the cut lines are, where the bleed lines are, and that way you can place your art in the right places so that it prints properly. So the cool thing is that they offer a few different options in regards to what you can pick for your starter file. So if you're working in Photoshop, Illustrator, or you just want a JPEG or a PDF, they have that available for you, and you'd select it from the drop down and then click to download the file. The other important thing to know is that you want your resolution to be 300 dpi, so that way it doesn't come out pixelated when it prints. And you also want it to be in CMYK instead of RGB. So this is just a quick little guide to let you know that these are the measurements for a 2 by 6 inch bookmark in regards to the safe zone, which is in red, and then the bleed, which is in green. So what do we mean when we're talking about bleed? If your design has any kind of texture or artistic element in the background, you're not going to want it to get cut off where you end up with white borders or anything like that. So you extend it past the bleed area, which is where things are going to get cut. So that way it looks like it goes out to the edges. Here I have the template open in Photoshop, and what I end up doing is I pull out the guides. So for me, it's Command H to turn these on and off. It might be different for you depending on how you set things up, but once I have the template open, since I'm not going to be seeing this layer all the time, I go ahead and I make my guides so that I mark off the safe zone, and I know that the important parts of the design need to stay within that, and then my background can kind of bleed outside of it. They do suggest that you delete this layer once you're done. I don't usually delete it. I just make sure that it's off once I'm finally going to submit the design and save it out. Because I'm working with a template that I've actually used before, I'm not 100% sure if when you download it from the site, if it's already in CMYK. But if not, you should be able to change the mode here if you're working in Photoshop. So CMYK, and just to show you guys, it is 300 dpi resolution. And so for the most part, it's set up and we're good to go. I know you guys caught a glimpse of it before, but here is my final design. And this is what I want my promotional bookmarks to look like. Now, one of the reasons that I like Overnight Prints is for a long time they offered spot UV coating. That's not something that they offer for free anymore. Now it's $10, but it's a pretty nice look if you have a matte bookmark and certain parts of it are shiny. Spot UV is something that I want for these bookmarks. I want the white text, my logo, and the little icons at the bottom. I want all of that to be shiny. And so you have to prepare 2 files for that. So if you are going to have spot UV coating, you want to think about what elements you want shiny, and you're going to have to afterwards create a file that is strictly black and white, and the black would be where your spot coating is going to be. So The thing to keep in mind here is that you want to make sure that you don't accidentally move any of your elements as you're changing the color of them, because it'll misalign it and then those parts won't be shiny. Now this is what that second file would look like. So it is just black and white, and it just everything in black is what is going to have that spot UV coating, and it's going to be shiny on the bookmark. So this is in color, and then this is for the spot UV coating. Ideally, you should be saving out both of these images as a high quality JPEG. You can use other file formats, and there are details for that on the Overnight Prints website, but I personally just like to save them out as JPEGs. Overnight Prints does like to have sales pretty frequently, but it's important to note that being a graphic designer, and because I do use this website so often, I think I signed up for specific perks or as a reseller or something along those lines. So I believe my sale price that's showing up right now is different than the average person would get. So just keep that in mind. Here we get to select a few different options. I really love that they allow you to do these shorter runs. So if you wanted to get only 25 bookmarks, you can do that. But in order to do the spot UV coating, we need to print at least 100. And I do want my bookmark to be single-sided. Of course, the other option is double-sided. I'm going to go with square corners versus rounded corners. There is a little bit of an extra charge for the rounded corners. And we're going to do the spot UV coating for the front coating, and then there's not really an option here, so it's 15-point premium for the material. After you've selected the options that you're happy with, it is going to ask you for your zip code to be put in so that you can pick how fast you want your delivery to be. And here are some of the options that are available. So it'll tell you what the estimated delivery is depending on what you pick. I usually just go with standard because honestly they're pretty fast. But recently when I ordered for BookNet Fest, I did want to make sure that I had them. Like I just wanted there to be like no doubt in my mind that I would get them really quickly. And so I believe I did the $11.59 shipping. It looks like they offer some other nerdy options where you can enter your own text here for some of these superheroes. Some Star Wars related bookmarks, which is kind of cute, but we're just going to upload our own completed design. And now I can add the files that I saved out, and it's both the color one and then the UV file that's in black and white. So here we see the color, and we're going to need to move this around a little bit because it detected both files, but it's putting them as front and back right now, which is not what we want. So this is actually the spot UV. So I can remove this, and I should be able to kind of just click and drag. So now it's detected what I want the front of my bookmark to look like. I don't want anything on the back, so we'll remove that. And then now I can drag this onto the spot UV. And now these are some things that come up just so you can test to make sure things look properly aligned. It's a little bit pixelated, but I've already printed these. I know they're properly aligned, so we can go ahead and continue. I appreciate that the website shows me a little bit of a demo in regards to what the cards are going to look like, and if you move it around, you can see that you'll notice the glossiness in those spot UV areas. And it'll also give you a little bit of a demo as to what it would look like with square corners versus rounded corners, just in case you wanted to change your mind at the last minute. And of course you can adjust the quantity again and then click continue to follow through on your order. Because I've already ordered my bookmarks, I'm not going to take you any further through the checkout process. There's probably only one other screen where you confirm your payment details and stuff like that, and I think everyone can handle that. I did already get my bookmarks, so I'll show you what the finished product looks like. I ordered 250 of these. I don't expect to give them all out at BookNet Fest. Here is what they look like. As you can see, there's that spot UV coating, like I mentioned, on the text and on my logo and on the icons at the bottom. If you'll also be attending BookNet Fest and you would like one of these bookmarks, please come find me. I have 250 of them, so I am more than happy to give them out. One of the tips that I'd like to share as a designer is that if you're going to be putting your logo or a design on different types of merch, consider each product type individually, because not all designs are going to work for all these different products, but you can have them look similar and more cohesive if you think of each product individually. So you don't want to just take your logo and slap it onto something. Really think of it as a whole piece, and think of how you can just really make the design work for that particular product. I hope you guys found this walkthrough helpful. If you're a booktuber or an author and you're looking to have something designed for promotion, whether it be bookmarks or, gosh, as a designer, I can do so many different things. Please go ahead and reach out. You can find me at Libri Labra on Twitter or any of the other social networks that I'm on. Let me know if you're attending Booknet Fest in the comments below. I look forward to seeing you guys. Be sure to subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified when I upload new videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.